course, looking themselves in the mirror. There's still the stopwatch so they can see themselves, so they can see the time. Okay, small straddles, and again, all we're doing is focusing on making the legs squeeze. If they can't hold that for 30 seconds, how do we expect them to do a 20-second bar routine with 10 skills with their legs straight? It's impossible. Okay? Foam block squeezing. Now, I don't do it with the foam up on top. We do it right between the knees. It's more efficient so the inner thighs are squeezing. Remember that good form is not only legs straight, but squeezing the legs together. Okay? Rotation, twisting, everything is a lot easier if that muscle is active, which is the inner thigh. Okay? Then we have always legs straight in front.
So you do with the block between the knees now?
Yes, yes, so they can squeeze easier. Yes. Then we go for needle kicks. Notice there's some of them, some needle kicks, they do it with their legs bent, and they keep it bent. Stretches the hamstring a little bit more. If you don't have flexible hamstrings, you cannot straighten out your legs, basically. Okay, so that's the reason of doing this one. And another thing, I don't know if you notice, then we do a little flex. Notice when they kick, in a needle kick, their front leg goes out. Okay? You're killing your front aerials right there. Okay? Your back handspring's on beam. Same thing. That's how you're going to go. So you want to avoid that. Okay, then we do leg taps on the panel mat. And everything is form-based again. It's all the correction we're giving here is about squeezing legs. In and out, in and out. Some of the biggest problems with the form is all the looseness on the hips and the lack of turn. When they're flipping or kicking.
Is
the toe point.
shaping one is all
I think
this
the
stuff,
best
like
toe point
an hour
exercise
of this.
is all the wooden stretchers. They have a little thing on top, belay. People use it, they're really good. We have two in our gym and they're fantastic. Okay? Notice that kid at the end, she has a hard time squeezing her legs. But her muscles are starting to show. So it gives you the illusion that her leg is straight. It's really not that much because physically she cannot tighten up more. Now, 5-second holds with, that's like a 2 or 3 pounder. Okay? Releves, put a band twice around. Releve on that, that's, comes a calf, you can't toe point. You can't toe point if you're
Use the
not
mirror bands
strong
to
there.
do that too.
Leg straight work, turning it out. On the beam, again, you're adding a gymnastics element there. Being on the beam, confident to be able to turn the front leg out. That's a hard thing. Those of you who've done beam, you know, it's uncomfortable to turn your front leg out. See, now this is a relaxed tight, to create the awareness from going from loose to tight and feeling the difference. Straddle holds, and again, we're not conditioning for core or arms. All I want them to do there is to hold their legs straight as much as possible. 30 seconds, by the way. Okay? And again, same thing. Right here, we're about half hour into practice already. And we're still doing form. And all I'm talking about is form and how important it is. Just feel it. You can do with weights that one too. Can hold. And again, my message is I'm making it important. We're devoting an hour of the workout in the morning just for this. It's important to the kids. Okay, then we do a little stretching with they stretch their heels there a little bit and then their hamstrings. See how the kid on the left still doesn't have that legs going back all the way. And again, she's pretty good, but form-wise, again, you can do all the skills great, but if your form is not great, it's never going to look that elite level that you want. Then we go back to shaping. Again, come to my presentation tomorrow. We're going to do lots of that stuff. You're going to find it very interesting. Right there, okay, that's one of the most common problems in gymnastics with shaping. When kids are doing this, their head is disconnected. Okay? This is education right there for the kids. This is a very valuable part. All your level 3s should be doing this. Actually, it should be almost included in your program, pre-team and all that stuff. Body shaping, head awareness. Okay, they're pretty good at it because they've been through it a lot. But they're holding the head in the right position. Usually you'll see it like this. Hips flat, round it back. Then we add a little bit of element of difficulty. I wouldn't do this with little kids yet. And by the way, don't do this more than 20 seconds each one, especially with the little kids, because they don't have the attention. And I mean, if they don't have the attention, they're not going to have that mental connection with the muscles for 20 seconds too. Always sideways, and adding all that element of difficulty by just having one leg of the paddle mat. How am I doing with time? 5 minutes. Then we go, then we do a little bar circuit, okay? And again, even though it's bars, it's bar oriented, but it's only about form, okay? 50 hollow rockers with a weight bar. That weight bar is probably like 6 pounds. You can get it. I suggest you get
Look at
some
that
of those.
little
Then we
contraption.
have pins and bounces.
Belly.
Really cool device there. And again, all we're talking there, it's about form. Form based.
Kid is an awesome handstand.
And it has to bounce it there too. And again, if you're doing bars, you're probably sometimes focusing on the round shape, on the hip flat, all that stuff. But here it's just form. Okay, feeling that inner thigh squeezing.
What? We need one of those birds.
And Mr. Luke invented the willpower workout, which is that 5 pull-ups, 5 casts, 25 steps, 5 dips, 5 leg lifts, 5 pull-ups in a row. So that's about a 4 routine, non-stop. And coach counts, so they can get ahead of it. You know what I mean? Now that's very important. Sometimes you know how you lead beam complexes and you're calling it out? Same thing with bars. Something you can do that. You keep that kid's attention, you hold them accountable to the number of things that they have to do. Okay, it's pretty hard. This is the willpower that I was talking to you. By the time they get to the last 5 pull-ups, they want to jump off the bar. But they have to finish it. Yeah? Okay, and again, we're just focusing on form there. Okay, I'm talking about form, but they are focusing on staying on the bars. Remember how we talked when crisis hits, they sink to the level of their habits? Right there. They're going to start seeing the kid in the back. When she did a back pull over, she bent her legs already. Okay, and that's where you attack it. This needs to be done with the legs straight. 5 dips. And again, this is the same form warm-up. The whole thing is the same. So right here, we're probably minute 45, 50 into the workout. And when you have a lot of kids, you just do 2 groups. The little bar circuit, some of them, and then the other ones on the willpower bar. Then they switch. And again, that's the other thing when you're planning your workouts. Make sure your warm-up and your structure is flexible enough that you can fit 5 to 25 kids. Okay? Like switching stations. And again, you have to have another coach. Okay? Because there's certain things that you have to be on top of. Okay. All right.